God bless the great state of Ohio and this honorable court. You may be seated.
Good morning. This is the 15th day of December 2023. If you have fines that you can't pay, you can work them off on the community service program. Josh Cooper is right here with the dark suit. If I give you a new hearing date, you need to write it down. If you don't appear, a bench warrant will be issued for you. If I ask you if you paid something, or if you tell me you paid something, or you're going to pay something, be sure and do that. Or the probation department can file a motion to revoke your probation. Your objective is to get off probation, and the way to do that is to pay your fines and costs, do everything the judge said, and work it off. It's better to work with Josh than sit around doing nothing. You can have your case over with. You won't have to keep coming back here. You have 5 cases for me?
I've got the cases ready to call.
All right, we're going to do reviews first.
As I call your name, please come up to the table to your right. Christopher Blake, Alicia Clay, Crystal Cooper, Candace Daniels, Cody DeMint, Kevin Donnelly, and Clarence Falk.
All right. Let's start with you. State your name.
Alicia Clay.
Elisa?
Alicia Clay.
Hold on. Do you have a report for me?
I don't. She's just joined us. I just came to vouch for that she's participating in our program, and that next review or hearing we will have more for you.
Okay. I was here Monday and left a paper in my file and paid $50 on my fine, and I'm going to pay $40 more today.
Great. Now, are you inpatient?
Yes, sir.
And what is your name?
Celeste Dalton.
Okay.
I'm with Regal Recovery Care. I'm just stand-in today.
I was at Southern Hope and I transferred.
Celeste Dalton, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, can she work community service? Is she allowed to work community service?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You've got 15 hours community service and $325, and you paid $50 on 12/11/23, and you're going to pay more today.
Yes, sir. $40.
Everything's good. Let's see. 22, 24. Your next review is January 22nd, 2024 at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
State your name, please.
Crystal Cooper.
Crystal Cooper.
Yes.
The only thing you have left is to pay $96.
I have a $20 payment today.
All you have to do is pay $96 and you won't have to come back. So you're gonna pay $20 today, I understand that.
Yeah.
Your next hearing is January 22nd, 2024 at 9 o'clock. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cody Dement.
Cody Dement. You have 24 hours community service and $585.
I made a payment last night online there. So.
Okay, that's good. You paid $100, right?
Yeah.
What about community service?
I'm currently working 712s in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, about 3.5 hours from the house. So, and getting in here to do community service is almost impossible without taking a day off. I did 36 hours so far, but right now I'm in the middle of 712s for the next couple of months.
He just came in and talked to me, Your Honor.
Well, what do you have to say about it?
I'm gonna give you more now. He's came in and talked to me about it.
Okay. Any day you can work, you need to do it. Like Saturday,
Well, like I said, I'm working 84 hours a week right now, 7 days straight. I'm going to look down there and try to find a nonprofit. Maybe I can get in the evenings, get a few hours or something, and get it relayed back to you all. But
so you stay out of town all the time?
yeah, I hit a job here in Catlettsburg a couple months ago, and that's when I was able to get the majority of my community service done.
What
But
kind of work do you do?
do union construction work. So I do outages and turnarounds and refineries and powerhouses. But I travel 9-10 months out of the year. If I'm allowed to just pay my community service off, I mean, I'd be more than happy to do that. If I can pay I owe you 6 days, I think. I know you guys give $50 per day for guys that work it. Can I just pay it off, or do I have to work those
There is
days?
a program
Okay.
to pay it off.
You work 84 hours a week? Is that
Yeah,
right?
right now I'm on 712s. Very seldom do I get 40-hour jobs here at the house anymore.
Well, I'm going to make an exception, and I'm going to go with Josh's recommendation to let you postpone your community service, and that's not something we usually do, but under these circumstances, I'm going to make a note that as soon as you get off of the job and get to something more, making it so you can do it.
Yeah.
But I may be wrong, and I may be right. January 22nd, 2024 at 9 a.m. You don't have any other problems, right, John?
Yep. Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. State your name, please.
Kevin Donnelly.
Kevin Donley. You owe $210. And some of that you can work off.
I made a $100 payment online yesterday.
Yes, you did. So that makes it 110. So that's all costs, right? Can I mark through that?
His file should be up to date.
It's up to date, Your Honor. That's already been put in there.
Okay, so you still owe 210 then? Okay.
I show 110 there.
Excuse me?
She shows 110 is what she shows on the computer.
Well, that he got credit 12/15 today, and this is dated 12/14.
Oh.
Yeah, he
Your
only
Honor,
owes
it's
$110.
$110.
Okay, I'm
They
gonna
didn't
mark,
update it whenever they took the.
No.
Well, that's good news. But that's all costs, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. 1/22/24 at 9 a.m. Write that down. If you make another payment like that, you won't have to show up at the next hearing, but you got to make it before that hearing. January 22nd, 2024 at 9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
You did good.
Mr. Donnelly, if you make that a couple days in advance online, call me and I can verify if you want to show up to the hearing.
Okay, that's the first time I ever paid it online. So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
State your name, sir.
Clarence Falk.
Clarence Falk. You owe $301.50.
I've been coming on Saturdays working with Josh.
Okay, so he's getting credit against his.
Yes.
Great. Excellent. Okay.
And I'll be here tomorrow.
1/22/24 for review at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor, before you call the next group of review hearings, we have some people here, a lady here from
Nationwide Children's.
Nation. They're doing. She can explain what she's doing.
Good morning. I'm so sorry to interrupt. I'm so sorry. I wasn't aware that Judge Capper would be in today. But my colleague Natalie and I are here from Nationwide Children's Hospital. We're here conducting some research. It's a statewide study looking at different strategies for overdose prevention among different courts. And so the study just entails some surveys. We recruit people from different courts around the state. I'll emphasize that it is voluntary. You don't have to participate, but it is confidential. We don't share information with the court or with law enforcement, and nothing will be tied to your case. And it is paid. If you choose to enroll today, and it only takes about 20 minutes, and you just complete a survey with us, you'll receive $25. Every 2 weeks over the span of 2 years, you'll receive more surveys, and each one is also paid. So start to finish, if you were to complete all the surveys we provide, is about $320. Today would be the only time you have to meet with us in person, and then afterwards everything will be sent to your phone or email. And if you have any questions, or you'd like to hear more about the study, again, the focus is overdose prevention, so we're looking for folks who might have a past history with substance use or are currently facing substance use challenges. To just speak with us. If you talk to us, you don't have to enroll. But yeah, we'll be kind of around the corner past where the holding cell is. So if you want to come chat with us, please do. Again, my name is Zara and this is Natalie. Thank you. I'm so sorry for the interruption.
I'm calling now for Christopher Blake.
Christopher Blake.
He did not check in, Your Honor.
Hello, Candace Daniels.
Okay, I got you next. Wait a minute, don't move. Wes. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Christopher Blake, I'm calling for.
He has not checked in.
Thank you. Failure to appear on Christopher Blake for a review bench warrant. State your name.
Candace Daniels.
Hi, Candace. Candace, are you paying anything today?
No, I was really hoping tomorrow I could just come up and finish my community service, because he was gonna let me do that.
It's all, is it all court costs?
$66.
Okay. 1, 22, 24 at 9 o'clock. $66, how much time is that?
A little over a day, Your Honor. We give $50 a day.
I wanted you to do the math problem. Okay,
We'll just say day and a half.
we want you to do an entry saying that she is allowed to work off her court costs on community service. And when she does that, I want you to talk to John and have her case closed.
Yes, Your Honor. She's been working toward her costs anyway. Judge Capper lets everybody work behind the costs now.
Oh, good. Isn't that great? That's good. We'll hope we never see you.
That's the plan.
All right.
But just in case, next month?
Excuse me?
I said, but just in case, next month?
1/22/24 at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Jonathan Harr, Elizabeth Hoffman Howard, Benjamin Lester, Jeremy Lewis, Robert Reynolds, Richard Wright, Patrick Shanahan.
Thank you. State your name, please.
Elizabeth Hoffman Howard.
Hold on. All right, here we are.
I should have, this is a doctor's where I've been so sick the last month, that's why I've done it, community service. I mean, that's one of them, that I've been like so.
Your Honor, she's told me she has a doctor's excuse for why she has not been in community service.
I think I did one day for this past.
How are you doing now?
I feel finally after about 3.5 weeks, I feel better enough to, it went from upper respiratory and it was terrible. So then it went from that to something else. So that took a while and now I'm feeling a little bit better, yes. After breathing machines, nebulizers and all that stuff.
Okay, you owe 18 hours community service and $565.
Yes.
Are you going to make a payment?
I am going to make a payment,
How much?
$20.
When will you be able to start back on community service?
I should be able to after this upcoming Wednesday, like Thursday through, definitely this Saturday. So,
A week from
next
tomorrow?
week, yes, or next week, hopefully.
Well, whenever you get all this stuff in that report taken care of, call Josh.
Okay.
Your next hearing is 1/26/24, January 26, 2024 at 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Thank you.
State your name, sir.
Robert Reynolds?
Robert Reynolds.
Yes, sir.
You paid anything today?
$100.
You're going to pay $100 today?
Yes, sir.
Or have you already paid it?
I haven't been able to. You had my folder in here.
That's good. And let's see here. All you have to do is pay $305, and your file will be closed.
Yep.
And I know that Christmas is coming, but you could give yourself a Christmas present and get off probation.
Yeah.
If you're going to buy yourself something, just a suggestion.
That'll happen.
At least you get what you want. You don't have to take anything back.
Yeah. In your eyes.
Excuse me?
I said in your eyes that would be.
Hey, I'll tell you, I'm glad you brought that up. To me, getting off probation would be everything.
Oh, it is, but my kids having Christmas is everything for me.
Well, I'm saying, not to take the money out of them, but if you're going to buy yourself something.
Right.
But see this guy, John, over here,
Yes, sir.
and Josh, I wouldn't want to see these guys.
No, they ain't that bad looking.
Look, I'm serious as I can be.
I ain't too.
My goal in life would be, I don't have to see these guys anymore. Thank you.
What's my court date?
1/26/24.
Have a good day.
Thank you. What do you have for me?
For Mr. Shanahan.
Thank you. State your name, sir.
Patrick Shanahan.
Oh, good. Patrick, let's see what it says here. Excellent report from Brighter Days Sober Living.
Yes, sir. I've been battling with my mental health here lately, though.
Excuse me?
I've been battling with my mental health with PATH, like trying to get my meds adjusted and get on the right meds and stuff. So
How are you doing with that?
I'm doing, it's getting better. It's getting better.
Okay, well, we wish you well.
I appreciate that.
And
I do got a $20 payment today.
all right. If you pay 20 today, then you'll have 113 to pay. And that's like 2.5 days.
Yeah, I was going to come tomorrow for community service, so I'll be here in the morning.
That's great. We'll see you on January 26, 2024, review at 9 o'clock, unless you've worked with Josh for 2.5 days, and then you talk to John, and he'll cancel your hearing and may take you off probation. That's up to him.
That'd be sweet.
It'll be up to the judge when he's finished his counseling, so
Okay.
he'll have to be there for that hearing.
Oh, okay.
No, wait, take that back. Forget everything I just said. Be here at that hearing,
All right.
okay?
All right. Yes, sir. All right.
State your name.
Benjamin Lester.
Benjamin, I have your file right in front of me. You owe 60 hours community service, $2,543. And are you making a payment today?
No, sir. I made one yesterday. It was a small one, but it's at Christmas. But I have been for the last couple of weeks. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. It's a nonprofit that's through that they had told me that I could work through. I didn't bring the papers in today because we're in the process of completing the place. I've still got a few more weeks to work there. So when I come back in, I'll have all the paperwork and everything signed off for the community service. I forget the name of it. It's over in Guyandotte. It's a recovery home that's still building up. So I'm in the process of getting it done.
Have you gotten it approved by Josh?
Yes, it's been approved. So I'll have all the paperwork and everything when I come back in.
Do you know the name of it? How many hours do you think you have?
Right off, I'm not sure. I'm hoping by the time I'm done, it'll be really close to the 60. And if not, I'll come here and do the remainder of it.
January 26th, write this down, 2024 at 9 a.m. for review.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm calling, Wes, I'm calling for Jeremy Lewis.
He did not check in, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on one second. Failure to appear, bench warrant. I'm calling for Jonathan Harr, H-A-R-R.
Did not check in.
He's on the screen.
Oh, okay. Jonathan's on the screen. How about Richard Reif? Wes? I'm calling for Richard Reif, R-I-F-E.
He did not check in, Your Honor.
Failure to appear. Bench warrant. Richard Reif, where is it? Okay, Jonathan Harr. Where is Jonathan?
He's right.
Where is he? Jonathan, state your name.
You're muted, Jonathan. Check your microphone. No, not that I know of. Yes, we can hear you now.
Thank you. Jonathan, state your name.
John Moore.
Where are you, Jonathan?
I'm driving Sunrise Treatment Center now.
Okay, I didn't hear one word. Sunrise Treatment Center in Portsmouth, Ohio, right?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, and you're inpatient, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, John?
Yes.
He owes 54 hours community service and 460.
He's in inpatient treatment, Your Honor. We're just continuing him out for another month.
Okay.
Your Honor, just real quick, I need to change Valley on the court liaison here. He has, he's kind of limited on community service opportunities, but he has been getting some. I actually faxed his current hours over to Josh this morning. So he's got right about 8, I think 6, 7, 9, 10, like 12 hours of it complete. We will continue chipping away at it.
That's great.
Your Honor, we're having trouble with our fax machine, so we didn't receive that, but that's okay. We will get it, but it's just we're having trouble with the fax machine.
I will keep the physical copy, whether for whatever reason fax is an issue, like an email or whatever, but we'll keep a hold of it and make sure we.
Just contact me next Wednesday, and I'll give you my email address, and you can email stuff to me. Just call court and go to probation. I'll ring my desk.
Right.
Yeah.
Your next hearing is January 26, 2024 at 9 o'clock. And due to your circumstances, first of all, we're going to accept the...
We'll look into it, Your Honor, and see, make sure that it's everything is right. I've not seen it yet, so I don't know, but it sounds like he's doing community service, and that we'll look into it.
All right, we'll look at your community service. We hope that it's right, and at this point, you don't have to do anything on the 460. So, January 26, 2024, at 9 a.m. for a review. Thank you. Now, okay, we're going to do some arraignments now. It's 20 minutes till 10 a.m.
Arraignment.
We're good, Ron.
State of Ohio versus Shayna Bartram. Case number TRC 23-1827, A and B. Shayna Bartram. There she is.
State your name, please.
Shayna Bartram.
Did you receive a copy of your ticket?
Yes, sir, I did.
The charges are on the December 9th, 2023 at 2:34 a.m. in Fayette Township, Lawrence County, Ohio. Operating vehicle under the influence, 4511.19A1A, and driving outside marked lanes, 4511.33. Thank you. Do you understand the charges and the rights given to you earlier today on the DVD that Judge Capper was, do you understand everything?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is your first offense, OVA, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Possible consequences are, it's a misdemeanor of the first degree, 3 days in jail or the school, up to 6 months in jail, $375 to $1,075, treatment optional, license suspension, 6 months to 3 years, driving privileges, restricted plates, both optional, and no immobilization. To the charge of operating a vehicle under the influence, guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
And marked lanes, we're going to enter a not guilty for you on that one. You want a lawyer to represent you?
Yes, sir, please.
Are you employed?
Yes.
Where do you work?
Bowman Dental Group. It's a dental office.
How much do you make a week?
$400 a week.
$400 a week?
Mm-hmm.
Any children?
No.
You make too much money to get appointed counsel, so you'll have to hire a lawyer, okay?
Okay.
going to set your case for a pretrial on, write this down. December 29th, 2023 at 10 o'clock. And you need to have your lawyer here at that time, okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Wait, Bond, hold on a minute. You live in, where do you live? What state?
Ohio,
Okay, and what city?
South Point.
Okay. It's $5,000 OR bond. Josh is going to give you an OR bond.
Sign right there.
So please be back here at the next hearing on December 29th, 2023 at 10 a.m.
Ma'am, what that means is you don't have to post any money. You'll be released on your own recognizance. If you don't show up, you will owe the money.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Ivan G. Brumfield. Case number CRB 23-729, A, B, C, and D.
Okay. State your name, please.
Ivan Brumfield.
Did you get a copy of your tickets?
I got the original tickets.
Okay. You have 4 charges. The first one's on 11/27/2023 at 10:20 a.m. in Mason Township, Lawrence County, Ohio. You unlawfully hunted, shoot at, kill, or pursue a wild animal, to wit, white-tailed deer, upon lands owned by another without first obtaining written permission from the owner or the owner's authorized agent. Chad Pope, 1538-17 of the Ohio Revised Code. That's a misdemeanor of the 3rd degree. Second charge is on 11/27/23 at 10:20 a.m. in Mason Township, Lawrence County, Ohio. Hunt or take a wild animal during the deer gun season without visibly wearing a vest, jacket, or coveralls colored solid orange or camouflage hunter orange, 1531-02. On third one, that's a misdemeanor of the 3rd degree. On 11/27/23 at 10:20 a.m. in Mason Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, hunt upon the lands of another without first purchasing your resident annual hunting license, valid for 2023, 1533-10 of the Ohio Revised Code, misdemeanor of the 4th degree. On the fourth charge, on 11/27/2023 at 10:20 a.m. in Mason Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, hunt deer upon lands of another without first purchasing your valid either sex deer permit for 2023 season, 1533-11 of the Ohio Revised Code, misdemeanor of the 4th degree. Do you understand the charges and the rights that Judge Capper gave earlier today?
Yes.
Okay. Possible consequences on the misdemeanor 3rd degree is 60 days in jail, $500 fine. On the misdemeanor of the 4th degree, two of each, 30 days in jail, $250 fine. Okay, to the charge of the first one, hunt, shoot at, kill, or pursue a wild animal, guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
I got a question.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to really plead
Okay,
Can I show you these tickets here?
I'm looking right at them.
Okay, the information that was written down here is me, but the social security numbers, that's not me. Darren, I called Darren and let him know, I said, these tickets are wrong. He said, well, I'll amend them.
Okay,
I said,
wait.
They were, Your Honor, they've been amended.
They have been?
Yes.
Okay.
So I got the originals.
The prosecutor is saying the complaints have been amended. That social security number, if they made a mistake on that, they can amend that. That doesn't throw it out.
I didn't know.
That's all right. All right, to the first charge, guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Guilty.
To the second charge on, that's hunt or take a wild animal without wearing a vest, jacket, or coveralls, colored orange, guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Guilty.
The third charge, hunt upon the lands of another without first purchasing resident annual hunting license, guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Are you saying hunting on somebody else's land without permission?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm guilty of that too.
Without a hunting license.
Yeah, guilty.
Then the other one is also a deer permit license. That's the either sex deer permit. Guilty, not guilty, no contest.
Guilty.
All right, so we have four pleas of guilty.
The first one, Your Honor, did you say on hunting without permission on, was that the first one?
Yes.
Okay. I do have permission. I have it on text that proved that I had permission to hunt on that land. Now, after Darren contacted the family, I guess there's 4 different popes that has this land. And at the time, Brandon Montgomery he's a pope, his mom's a pope. He was on that farm and he gave me permission to hunt it. And I told him I was just going to hunt one little small corner of it, not get on the main farm. And then the agreement was, I'll take care of his grandpa, kind of keep an eye on him.
Okay, hold on just a minute. To the charge of hunt, shoot at, kill, or pursue a wild animal, white-tailed deer upon lands owned by another without first obtaining written permission from the owner or the owner's authorized agent. Chad Pope, the owner, 153317. Now, you entered a guilty plea. Are you changing your plea?
On that, yes, because I had...
So that's a not guilty.
Yeah, right.
Requires written permission.
Right. At that time, they did give me written permission.
But that was not.
That was 4 years ago.
That does not apply to 2023.
Right, according to the license. Now, it was an agreement that we had together because I was his neighbor and my land bordered his, so that's a hearsay thing, I know, but...
All right, now, what's your plea?
Well, I would have to plead guilty if it's
All
year
right,
to year.
Okay, now, it's 4 guilty pleas then, correct?
Yes.
All right, now, are you guys ready to proceed to sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
So let's proceed to sentencing.
The state's recommendation is a suspended jail sentence of 30 days, a total $600 fine, and revocation of the hunting privileges for 1 year. And what do you want to, what was the other one? Just a judgment entry to say that I am not entering a family farm unless he has written permission. Okay. And also, Your Honor, we would like a provision that he not enter that farm unless he has written permission. But of course, the hunting privileges would be revoked for a year anyway, so. But from now on, we would want him to have the written permission after he receives his hunting privileges back.
So he would need licenses anyway, right?
Yes.
Okay, so do you understand what Philip Hield, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney, just said he's recommending?
Right.
You understand it?
Yes.
Does that include all 4 cases?
It does, Your Honor.
All right. What do you have to say about that?
I mean, I was guilty. I know I was guilty of 3 of them. I know with the understanding with the landowner, I even have my tree stand and stuff left. I leave it there because I felt so safe about with the landowner of our relationship and me having that permission at one time and me keeping an eye on his land, that's why I felt that, you know, it was
Yeah, see,
appropriate.
I don't think, I want to make sure, and Darren, I'm not an expert on this, and I'm going to ask you and Mr. Healy. He can't do what he's saying he was doing without a license, right?
Correct, he has to have a hunting license and a deer permit to hunt on somebody else's land.
Okay, now, understand that. What you're saying is you've got to stand out there. Well, that doesn't matter. You need 2 licenses and an orange vest.
Yes.
Okay, as long as you understand it.
And Your Honor, prior to that, I did have all that the last 3 years I hunted there. I had everything in line. I never do gun hunt, always just bow hunted, and the orange is not really a thing during the bow season, just the gun season. So, it's a mess, I know.
You got a 30-day jail sentence suspended. So I'm going to accept the recommendation, and you've agreed to it. 30 days in jail suspended, $600 fine, revoke hunting privileges for 1 year, and do not enter the Pope Farm, and probation 2 years.
What about community service?
He didn't recommend any.
2 years, level 4 probation. All right, need to stop and see the probation department, all right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Is that it, Your Honor?
Need to go see the probation department.
Okay.
Go out the door, turn left. You'll see John sitting there in his room. Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Emily Ann Bricker, case number CRA 23601.
How you go with that? Thanks, Ron. State your name, please.
Emily Bricker.
Why weren't you here on your review hearing on 12/8/23?
I do believe we had the dates mixed up. I'm in a treatment facility right now, or either had the dates mixed up or I was in court in Mount Vernon. I don't remember which one it was.
Are you inpatient?
Yes.
Okay. So what you're saying is you got the dates mixed? All right. And you're inpatient?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to withdraw the warrant, okay? And I'm just going to act like that didn't exist.
Thank you.
I'm going to call this a review. All right. So you're here for a review.
Okay.
And you have a very good report, correct?
Correct.
And what is your name?
I'm Jessica Cook with Hometown Recovery.
And what is your name?
Jessica Cook.
Jessica Cook. And you owe $110, and that's it? Okay. No community service or anything? Is she allowed to work community service, Jessica?
She is.
Okay, you see, Josh, Judge Capper's been allowing defendants to work off fines and costs, so in about 2.5 days, you could have this all taken care of. So, let's see, on this one. Set for review, 9 o'clock, January 26, 2024, at 9 a.m. And you had a real good drug screen also, by the way. Right?
Thank you. Yes, yes.
So you're doing well.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, did you write that date down so you don't get mixed up?
Yeah, got it.
January 26, 2024, at 9 a.m. Okay. So where is she residing? In which building?
In Ironton.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan Adams. Case number CRA 15833, CRD 15832, PRD 151263, A and B. And PRD 14861.
What's this? Okay. State your name, please.
Jonathan Adams. Now, the reason you're here is failure to appear For a review hearing.
for review hearings on March 7th, 2016. Where have you been?
I literally don't have an excuse for it. Something had happened back then, and I ended up forgetting about it, and I'm trying to get my license and stuff, so I'm taking care of all this now.
Well, good. 'Cause I wondered why you weren't dressed in the jumpsuit, because you should be in jail with
Yeah.
3 bench warrants. So I want to hear what's going on. What do you, all right, after 7 years, all at once, you decide, I'm going to show up in court so I don't go to jail, right?
Well, I started to get my life back on track. I paid my fines to get my license, and I found out I had this, so I come down here and paid on it, and I'm here to take care of it.
You have a license now?
No, that's where I'm going after this if I leave here. I've got my insurance. I've already got it taken care of.
What do you have to do to get your license?
Just go down to the B&B now and do my permit test and my license. I've already got my insurance and paid all my tickets. This was the last thing that I was wanting to take care of.
Okay, here's what you have. You have $135 on one.
I paid $118 today, yes. I owe $700 even is what it said.
Okay, hold on a minute. $225, $335. How much did you say?
The receipt I've got says $700 that I still owe.
Okay. Well, I have $695, so that's close enough. And you paid how much today?
$118. It was $818 that I owed, so I did it to get it at an even number at $700.
Paid $118 today. Oh, I know why, because these are old forms. You haven't done anything because you didn't know about it. All right. So you're saying that the clerk told you it was now $700?
Yeah, I've got the receipt.
All right. Show that to Josh.
Here's where it was $718, now I'm paying extra $18.
It does say 700, Your Honor.
Okay. Tell me what you're going to do with your life. Tell me why you shouldn't go to jail today. Just tell me. I want to know in your own words.
I mean, I'm just hoping the court to be lenient about that, but with my life, I mean, I'm just staying out of trouble, trying to stay out of trouble. I need to get my license back because it's been years since I've had it, and I don't want to have to deal with something like this again.
And what about, are you working?
No, I'm on disability.
Can you work community service?
That's what I was going to see about doing to pay that $700 off.
You can do that.
Yeah.
If you can work, you owe 30 hours plus $700. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to continue your review hearing until, write this down, January 26, 2024, review. January 26, 2024, review. (9 a.m.) And I'm going to refer this to Judge Capper and have him make the decision on what should happen. But when you come back in about 30 days, it's a little bit over, what this gentleman here with the black suit, what he tells the judge that you've been doing in the last 40 days, that's what's going to help you. We don't want you in jail, but you are in contempt, so.
Yeah, I plan on having it work, having at least the 700 worked off hopefully by then.
Okay. Can you work at all if you got some jobs you can do, like if employment, not working for Josh?
I don't really know my back and legs and stuff.
Okay, well, we want you to stay out of jail. And Josh, you'll monitor this, and you'll tell Judge Capper that A, he's worked off his community service and he's worked toward his fines, and we'll just call it a review.
Yes, sir.
January 26, 2023 at 9 a.m. Did you write that down?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wait, did I say 2023?
Yes.
Who corrected me? Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
I'm glad to see that someone's listening. Okay, that's Jonathan Adams, right? Yeah, I have that.
Yes.
I'm gonna have her come up here and be my assistant. Okay, where are we at?
State of Ohio versus Gidget M. Timberman, case number CRB 23755.
State your name, please.
Gidget Timberman.
Did you get a copy of the complaint?
Is that what he just handed me?
Josh just gave
Yes.
it to you?
Yes.
The charge is that Mary Ann Bagley has filed an affidavit, a copy of which is attached here too, stating that Gidget Timberman at Fayette Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, on or about December 14, 2023, did with purpose to deprive Walmart, the owner of services property, knowingly obtain or exert control over said property or services, to wit, miscellaneous merchandise, without the consent of the owner or person authorized to give consent, in violation of 29-13-02-A1 of the Ohio Revised Code, theft misdemeanor of the first degree. Now, did you listen to the rights that Judge Capper gave on the video this morning? Do you understand those rights?
Yes, sir.
And you understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
The possible consequences are $1,000 fine, 6 months in the Lawrence County Jail. I'll ask you to enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest.
Not guilty.
Plea of not guilty has been entered. Do you want a lawyer to be appointed for you?
Yes, sir.
Are you employed?
No, sir.
Do you have any source of income?
Just child support.
Okay. Now, we need Roger Smith.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. This is Roger Smith. He's a lawyer who does practice in this court. And Ms. Timberman has requested a court-appointed attorney, and she's entered a not guilty plea.
Yes, sir.
She's not employed, and she has no source of income. And let's talk about bond. Let's see here.
Your Honor, she's supposed to be on already.
Yeah.
We'd ask that continue then, Judge, to the pretrial hearing.
I see it. Okay. She's under a bond with Sallard's Bonding Company.
Yes, and we'd ask that continue, Your Honor.
Point.
Judge, I'm here the 8th, 12th, and 19th of January.
Let me have those dates again.
January 8th, January 12th, January 19th. Whatever's best for the court's docket. Less crowded, I guess.
Did you say January 8th?
Yes, sir.
That's a good one. January 8th, 2024 at 10 a.m. for a pretrial. Appoint Roger Smith, attorney. Sallard's Bonding Company continues. And we'll see you on January 8th, 2024.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good day.
10 a.m. You're welcome. Now, yes. Is it going to the pretrials now? Okay, we'll take 3 recess.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Is your client's last name actually Hernandez? Okay, so...
Santos, ¿puedo tener tu certificado de nacimiento?
Tu nombre es Santos.
We should have it probably as what is on the docket. Her name is, okay.
Oh, it's in the cab. Well, yes. You're gonna go to a buffet, whatever it is?
So,
It's okay. I think it'll be okay.
on non-managing business.
Court 9 Municipal Court's now back in session.
Case up to Santos Hernandez.
State of Ohio versus Santos Vieira Hernandez. Case number TRC 231694, A and B.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
Approach, Your Honor.
Before we start, you called the case number, right?
Yes.
All right.
He's, they got stuff.
Okay. For the record, Robert Trujillo is here representing the defendant. Good seeing you. I haven't seen you for a while.
Yes, Your Honor. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. And Mr. Heald is here all day today. What did you have to ask me?
Well, I want to approach you, Your Honor.
Please do.
There it is.
I read the Can you speak Spanish? Are you happy with the communication that you've had with your client? Totally. All right. I read the complaint and the trooper couldn't communicate at all with it. All right. All right. What's your motion, Mr. Heald?
Your Honor, because of the circumstances, the lack of evidence and whatnot, resulted in this, we would deny the ODI upon a plea to the commissions.
Okay, we'll accept that. Now let's go to Mark Blaine's violation. What's the plea?
Well, a true plea of no contest, Your Honor, and see if the court's going to guilt.
Okay. And you've communicated that to your client, he understands fully?
Yes, Your Honor.
Plea of no contest, accepted, finding of guilty, proceed to sentencing. You don't have anything to say?
We don't take any position, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to, as far as I'm concerned, the OBI doesn't exist, so
Yes,
I'm going to go with the standard fine and cost on this, $20 fine and cost.
$20 y costos. Podemos pagar. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May we be excused? May we be excused?
Yeah, he does have a valid license, right?
I am unaware of that, Your Honor.
Would you ask him?
Your Honor, I'm not sure if that was a charge.
It was not. I'm just wondering if he doesn't have a license, it's not being charged, but he needs to get one.
Yes, Your Honor, and I think he's recently come from Texas, and that was part of the purpose for the stop, was an issue with his vehicle from Texas. So if he's getting a new license, I will advise him he needs to get that,
All right.
if he doesn't have one.
$20 fine and cost.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Austin Harper, case number TRC 23956, A and B. That is Mr. Creming's case.
I don't see Mr. Cremains.
He was here. He's
He
here.
is
I
here.
saw him. I don't know where he is.
Have a seat in the back.
If he's here somewhere, I'll
That's the case.
I saw it.
I do too.
State of Ohio versus Kevin Browning, case number TRC 23690, A and B. Kevin Browning.
Roger Smith is here.
Yes, sir.
Representing the defendant.
This is the one it originated back in June. We've been here several times for pre-trials. The state was having trouble locating a independent witness who's the only witness to the drive, and they have been unable to find that witness, or she has not cooperated. I believe the state's going to make a motion to dismiss because they just can't prosecute it without her, but she's not cooperating.
We had a name of an individual, first name only, a telephone number. We figured out who we thought it was. We reached out to that individual. The alleged erratic driving was only seen by this individual who we can't gain the cooperation of. The officer didn't arrive until the vehicle was stopped already, so we're not able to go forward with this.
That would be your probable cause then?
Yes.
Yes, John. Yes.
So what are you asking, Mr. Guild?
Well, actually there's a DUS that I think still is a criminal charge. Pardon? It's a what?
Was it a miscellaneous deal or a jail?
No, it's not jail. It doesn't say what, it's under 451012.
Judge, he would enter no contest plea with stipulation of facts sufficient for a finding of guilt on the driving under suspension. I understand it's a non-jailable DUS.
So has your client done anything to try to get his license, or is that something he can't get?
That, I don't know. I could acquire. Okay. Apparently he's paid his fines to be reinstated, but it's been so long he has to retake the driver's test. So he is working on it. He's just not there yet.
Do you want to proceed to sentencing and do the whole thing tonight, or do you want me to, today, or do you want me to give him time to get his license straightened out?
What do you think it's going to take to get your license? Fine today. Okay. Judge, since it's not Jim, he says he'd just prefer to pay the fine today, and he'll work on it on his own. Is that right, Mr. Brown? Yes.
All right. So it's up to you to get a driver's license before you drive. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Recommendations?
We don't take any position on the fine, Your Honor.
It's a $150 fine plus costs.
You need time to pay that. You will need time to pay that, Your Honor. We want to give him a final pay date, or?
What he needs to do is go right through the door, turn right, see the clerk, and tell them.
It is March the 12th, 2024.
You got to get this fine and cost paid by March 12th, or there's another suspension. You don't want that. What's the court cost?
I see it right there.
Now the OBI, it was
It's
dismissed.
Actually, you have to show.
Mr. Hill is asking that that case be dismissed.
Okay.
I'm granting that.
Yeah. 300,000, less than $300. You've got to, if you don't.
State of Ohio versus Shelby and Rodriguez. Case number CRC 23396, TRC 23816.
Judge, we set this for a final pretrial. There is a bench trial set for January 12th. He's got another date in Ironton Muni. I want to assume that he's got his dates confused because he always shows up. But I would ask that we just proceed with the bench trial on January 12th. This was kind of a last-ditch effort to see if we could get it resolved without a trial, but we're just not going to get it resolved without a trial.
Under the circumstances, since he's not here today, we would prefer to actually see him back before the court before we proceeded to a trial. Otherwise, we might get here on the 12th and he's not here. We put forth all the effort of subpoenaing, preparing, and we still don't have him present. We'd prefer a bench warrant in 7 days if he's not before the court.
Jed, I would ask that we continue it. I know I'm here January 8th, which is the Monday before that trial.
Would January 8th be enough time for you? If it's set for a trial on 1/12, that's 4 days, that's not enough, is it?
No.
Okay. What other days are you available?
We could vacate the January 12th date as a trial.
We could use that for the final pre-trial date, if you want to do that.
We can do that.
Because I really have nothing until then. But we could, turn the bench trial on the 12th into another pre-trial. That way he's not preparing for a trial if my guy doesn't show up. You know, he's none the worse for wear. So I would ask we convert the bench trial to a pre-trial on January 12th.
And you're waiving it all time?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we previously waived time, we will waive time again.
Are you okay with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that all right with you, Mr. Hill?
It is, Your Honor.
All right. Pursuant to Mr. Hill's request, I'm not going to issue a bench warrant today based on what Mr. Smith has said, that she always shows up. And we'll set it for a pretrial at the normal 10 o'clock time on 12th day of January 2024. And at that time, Mr. Hill can determine who he needs to subpoena for a trial. Next case.
State of Ohio versus Mary Cecile Ellen Painter Rubel. Case number CRD 23622.
Mr. Roger Smith is here representing the defendant, and your client is here also, correct?
Yes, Judge, we have had a couple of pre-trials. We are no closer to resolving this than we were on the first day of we had a pre-trial. I would ask, since we vacated that bench trial on the 12th, that we would set this for a bench trial on the 12th, assuming the state has no opposition.
We don't oppose that.
Okay, bench trial. Everybody be ready for a bench trial on January. That's not one of those days that we don't want to use. January 12th, 2024 at noon.
Yes, please.
And defendant waives all
yes,
time constraints.
Defendant waives what?
Time to have the trial.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll get you in the office. If you want to talk about that, I got 8 cases. I'll get you in the office.
State of Ohio versus Jamie M. Sater. Case number TRD 231077.
Your Honor.
Roger Smith's here representing the defendant. And the defendant is here, correct?
Yes, Judge.
Your Honor, if I may, Ms. Taylor was supposed to do 30 hours of community service before this hearing, prior to sentencing, and she has completed 30 hours of community service.
That was Josh Cooper telling me that she's complied with the 30 hours community service.
And our agreement upon her having completed that was that she would plead to the assured clear distance ahead. And is that a reduction or is that an additional charge? And we would nollie the hit skid.
That is correct, Judge. She's ready to pay that fine and cost today and close this matter.
Okay. What's the plea to assured clear distance?
No contest with a stipulation of finding facts sufficient to find her guilty.
Finding guilty. And leaving the scene, hit skip.
Dismissed.
Proceed to sentencing.
Yes, please.
The hit skip or leaving the scene is dismissed. Plea finding guilty on assured clear distance. And was there insurance involved?
Yes, there's already been a claim filed, Judge. I provided that previously.
Everything's taken care of it?
Yes, it's in the process. I don't know if it's taken care of yet, but it's been turned over to her insurance and they're working on it. I just don't know the status, but both parties had insurance.
$20 fine plus court costs.
And she's gonna pay that today?
She's gonna pay it right now. Correct.
Yes.
So it should be 130.
I got it all. Can I leave? Excuse.
Just, yeah, be good for one, yeah, but you're good.
Thank you.
Thanks, James. See you.
State of Ohio versus William Van Bibber, case number C-23504.
Thank you.
Roger Smith is here on behalf of the defendant.
Judge, this was a cross-file. I understood it would be dismissed if he paid costs. Do we know if he maybe paid costs? 'Cause sometimes they don't have to show up if they paid.
Who was the other?
Cindy Van Bibber. I've got to William Van Bibber.
Well, he's paid.
He's paid. Well, I'd ask it be dismissed as to Mr. Van Bibber. I think that's the deal. If he paid, he wouldn't have to show up. And she's on the docket later today. I do not represent her.
Is she on the docket today?
Under sentencing.
Oh, 17?
She's up the top. So actually, my brother is representing her. Where are you? Hey, she's right here.
Yeah, she is.
But
Representative?
Tyler, my brother. So she's got another charge.
It's not the 17th.
23-00508.
Correct. It's the third down on the sentencing docket.
I have it there on my book, there on the screen.
But she had additional charges, I understand, to the domestic violence, right?
Okay. Okay.
State of Ohio versus Cindy K. Van Bibber, case number CRB 23508.
Before we do her case, I want to talk to Mr. Heald. Are you agreeing to the dismissal? He's paid the cost on William?
He's supposed to be last. These go last.
Yes.
Not here.
All right. Case dismissed.
Judge, I have not seen Tyler this morning. I know this was set for sentencing. Yeah, I think he was coming like sometime 11 o'clock or later to give us just a sentencing.
I didn't know he was your brother.
Well, some people think he's my son because I have white hair. Right. He is. I know.
I thought I knew. All right.
Stand there, you can step back again.
Oh, yeah, just
We're not going to grab somewhere in
That's really
State of Ohio versus Christina Dawn Bender, Case number CRB 23586. Christina Dawn Webb.
She's here.
Lydia Adams.
Christina Webb. Roger Smith's representing.
I am, Judge. We have, actually this case is scheduled for a trial next month, but I've spoken with Mr. Hill. We have a proposed resolution where, and she would, it's at M4, enter a no contest plea, stipulation of facts sufficient for a finding of guilt, receive a 30-day sentence which would be suspended, and pay court costs. The dog in question has moved to Charleston, West Virginia area. So
we
it's
would
no
also,
longer.
we'd also want an order that that particular dog reside there anymore.
That dog can't come back to your house.
Oh, the dog's gone. Oh,
It's gone. It's no plans for him to visit South Point, Ohio anymore.
Okay, we have Christina here today.
Yes.
With her lawyer, and we have a charge of failure to confine. What is your plea?
No contest, Judge. A stipulation of facts sufficient for a finding of guilty.
Finding of guilty. Proceed to sentencing.
Yes. I believe the agreement was 30 days, the max suspended, plus court costs.
Okay. And the dog not...
And the dog, you can put in the order, shall not return unless he escapes and comes back from Charleston. Or
30
Elkview,
days,
actually.
30 days suspended.
Yes, sir.
2 years probation.
2 years.
No fine, no cost, or just cost, Mr. Hill?
Just the costs, Your Honor. We'd also like to say, for the record, also that there were medical bills involved for the owner of the dog who got his hand bitten, but those were paid.
Okay, now, who got their hand bitten?
The owner of...
Another dog.
Another dog, yeah.
Right.
And then the other dog, they submitted some veterinary bills, but they were from previous incidents. Apparently this had happened more than one time, and but they had not been reported. So we weren't able to collect any restitution on those.
All right, all restitution has been paid, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right, when you do this entry, I want you to, here's what I want in that. Excuse me?
Look at that thing over there, see if that's okay.
I see. Over there. Oh,
The dog shall not return to defendant's home,
oh,
and all restitutions have been paid.
yep, that's it.
Okay.
And
And, I need a fine.
excuse me?
I need a fine amount.
We agreed cost
No
only.
fine.
No fine.
All right, here's what we've got.
In review hearing date.
This is the agreement of the parties.
Yes, sir.
30 days in the Lawrence County Jail, suspended. 2 years probation. Cost. Dog removed from Lawrence County and shall not come back. All restitution has been paid. Review set for June 14th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Does that cover everything?
It does, Judge.
All right, now you need to see the probation department.
Where is that at?
Oh, to the left, it's by the polish. Later.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you so much.
Good luck. Yeah, absolutely.
So will you contact me?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that right?
Yes.
So I'm not the only one.
State of Ohio versus Matthew White, case number CRB 23576, A and B. Matthew White.
I know if he's in the tree while at least he is, because he's still there.
So you want the ones that are going on the Field trip.
Where's, is that Matthew?
No.
Where's Matthew?
Matthew's not here, I don't know where he is.
No, he's,
I'll explain, Your Honor. We're taking our clients to a Christmas cave in Manford today. He was here this morning. I talked to Mr. Hill, and Mr. White left with our staff to go to Manford, so he'd be able to do the Christmas event.
and he's doing very well, Judge.
State your name, sir.
Jeremy Brown with Bethesda, Your Honor.
Jeremy Brown. So this is a pretrial,
Yes.
and he's got a problem with his drug screen, right?
No.
No, they're all negative, Your Honor. And he's compliant. Looks like he's doing really well, which I guess is why he got to go to the Christmas
Wait a
thing.
minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The drug screen I have has a positive for crack.
Now, do you have the right?
Is that the right drug screen?
No, it's Suboxone, Your Honor.
That's what?
It's Suboxone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Suboxone. It just looks weird on the paper.
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
he's prescribed Suboxone.
Yeah, he prescribed Suboxone, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look.
Yeah.
Yeah, the buprenorphine, he has a prescription, he's
Yeah.
prescribed that, takes it at the recommended dosage and is not abusing it. So,
No.
They just call it crack.
Yeah. Actually, if it wasn't positive, I'd be worried because he's supposed to be taking it.
Okay, you're right. Well, we have a pretrial and we have the defendant on his way to a Christmas party.
I would ask we come back in a month, Judge. That's typically what we do to monitor, make sure he's still compliant. I don't think he's ready, of course Bethesda can speak to that, to be released from treatment yet. He's still actively participating. So I think maybe a month out, Mr. Hill's okay with that?
We're not opposed
To
if
review.
there's a time waiver.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I gave you one. You just got to fill in the date for me.
Let's sign a time waiver and set for. Are you available on 1/22?
Let me see, Judge, that probably be... Yes, Your Honor, I can do the 22nd, January.
1/22/24 at 10 a.m. for a pretrial.
I lost it.
Insurers too somewhere.
No, I know. I lost it. I might find it.
Insurers will do February 2nd.
Thank you, Your Honor.
James Childers,
Okay, here.
case number TRD 2343 A and B, TRD 2286. James Childers.
Roger Smith is here. James Childers is here, right?
He is, Judge, and we have also a Children's Services case pending, which we're coming back for a hearing on that, coming up sometime in January, I believe.
It's the 11th.
11th, okay. And I asked him to come back February 2nd, just because of my docket, my calendar's getting pretty crazy. He shows up, he's doing well. I don't think the state opposes February 2nd for a comeback date.
All right, so we have the no operators resisting in domestic violence.
Yeah, 3 charge, that is correct, Judge.
All right. How's your client doing with regard to his driver's license?
It was a motorcycle endorsement. You You might explain better what, you took the test but don't have the endorsement yet.
Yes, so I had the temporary motorcycle endorsement for the permit period, and it had expired at the point at which I had gotten pulled over. So I still had a license at the time, just not the motorcycle endorsement. I had insurance, registration, everything was fine according to the ticket. It's just that my motorcycle endorsement had expired. I've still got an active license right now out of West Virginia.
You have a West Virginia driver's license?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
With no motorcycle endorsement. Are you going to, do you have a motorcycle?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to get a motorcycle endorsement?
Yes, sir. It had just sort of slipped. It was right after COVID. It sort of slipped my mind that that was only good for 6 months to a year, whatever it was.
I want to know what you're going to do now. I understand we all had COVID.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so, yeah, no, I'm just going to get the motorcycle endorsement. I mean, I also have a vehicle that I drive, so it's not, you know, a pressing.
You're not driving it. You're riding your motorcycle.
No, sir.
Probably not this time of year, I would assume not, but.
No, coming from Logan County, so that would be a little chilly.
Okay, so you're not going to drive until you get an endorsement. All right.
Right, the motorcycle, correct.
What are we going to do then today?
We asked to come back February 2nd, Judge. That'll give me a chance to address some things in the Children's Services case that I think we can get this resolved.
2/2/24 at 10 o'clock for a pretrial on both charges.
Yes.
And Judge Capper likes it when you come back with a license, a good license if you could do it. You know, come back, say, I got my motorcycle endorsement, but you don't want to. It would be helpful. 2/2/24 on both cases for pretrial at 10 a.m.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. I'll see you 11th, the other court.
Sounds good.
You're welcome.
Wasn't there three?
Three
cases?
Yeah. Here's,
State of Ohio versus Melissa Dempsey.
Okay.
Case number TRC 21-1044, CRB 21-291.
Mr. Sowards is here from Sowards Bonding Company, and we're here for a bond forfeiture hearing. What's your position today?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I have confirmed that Mrs. Dempsey has moved to Gulf Shores, Alabama. I'm still trying to get an exact address, and I'm preparing for my trip to go to Gulf Shores, Alabama once I locate her address.
How much is the bond?
It is $1,500, but if it was $500, I would still go, Your Honor.
I know. Is this as far as you've ever gone?
That Zebulon, Georgia, went there. That was about 11 hours. I think Gulf Shores, I haven't figured out the exact, I think maybe around 10 hours for that.
Okay.
Mr. Showers, I'd be happy to go with you and volunteer.
Hey, you may not want to go. The last person he took got beaten up. Didn't he?
I'm pretty tough.
It was your son.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that one, yes.
He hasn't forgotten.
No, but we won in the end.
What?
We won in the end. Everybody made it.
Okay, let's see here. Today's the 15th. I don't see it on.
Your Honor, I have a couple other forfeiture hearings scheduled on January 5th.
Here it is. Here it is. I found it. Okay. Bond forfeiture hearing. What day do you want it?
January 5th. I'll be here already.
Let's see about January 5th. I think that'll be all right. I'm going to put it over here. January 5th, 2024 at 10 a.m. bond forfeiture hearing. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Austin Harper, case number TRC 23956 A and B.
See we can frame that.
There's smoke there. There's smoke coming out of that light up there. Yeah. Right here above the,
Oh, nice.
Mr. Hill.
There is. Hey, flip that light out. Inside. Inside. You got it.
It's actually coming from the top of my head.
It's that.
It's actually out of Mr. Hill's ears.
Keep going. Oh, and the rest of them will.
We can still function.
Why don't we turn off the lights?
It's on fire.
Which one is it? The one right over my,
It's above your head.
oh, this one.
Yeah.
Literally, it's coming off your head.
Yeah. That's all right. This is about as much light as I work with at home. So.
Hey, now we got the right light turned on, correct? All right. We are here with Brian Cummings is here, and Austin Harper is here, and I've been handed an Addiction Resource Center Incorporated State of Ohio Certified DWI/DUI program that Austin has completed, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor, we were here before, and there was an agreement between Mr. Harper and the state that if he attended the 3-day DIP school, and when we came back to court for pretrial, the state would amend the charge down to a reckless operation at this time. He's completed the school, and so once the state makes that amendment, we would be entering a no contest plea and stipulating to a guilty finding.
Do we have a motion?
Your Honor, we would make that motion, and it's based on, first of all, that the test score, the breath test score was .085, so it was barely over, plus there were some numbers within the test itself which would indicate a little bit of a margin of error. Also, the driving was not terribly bad, and no other aggravating circumstances, so we agreed to do that, and if he has finished that DIP class, which apparently he does, we would move to reduce the charge to a reckless operation.
Motion granted. Now we have a reckless operation and a marked lanes.
No contest, Your Honor, stipulating to a guilty finding on both.
All right. Is that your plea, Mr. Harper?
Yes, Your Honor. And Your Honor, he intends to pay his fines and court costs on that today.
And are you ready to proceed to sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hill, what do you have to say?
Well, we would take no position on the amount of the fine, Your Honor.
And Mr. Cummings?
Obviously, Your Honor, we would like as little fine as possible, beneficial to my client. It was just over, we believe, within the margin of error. So we don't believe it would warrant a maximum fine, but it would otherwise be to Your Honor's discretion.
$200 fine cost on that one. $20 fine on the marked lanes, no cost. And you're going to pay that today, so the case is over. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Take a few minutes for the entry to go out.
State of Ohio versus James C. Jones, case number TRC 23536. James C. Jones. Did not check in, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if we could recall this later in the docket, this case was the last set for a suppression, which was at noon, but we continued that, and it was set for a pretrial today, and I think Mr. Jones may believe that it's set at noon, so.
Call that, but
State of Ohio versus Matthew Smith, case number TRC 23691, A and B.
Brian Corrines, attorney at law representing the defendant. Is Matthew here?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Mr. Heald and Mr. Corrines.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I've spoken with my client. There's been ongoing negotiations on this matter for some time between Mr. Smith and the state of Ohio. The state of Ohio has agreed that if Mr. Smith would enter a plea today to recommend minimum penalties, which would be a $375 fine, 6-month license suspension, and I believe whatever the court typically suspends as a jail sentence to the 3-day DIP school. And based upon that, Your Honor, Mr. Smith intends to enter a no contest plea but stipulate to a fact sufficient for a finding of guilt.
Excuse me, did we have insurance of the first?
Yes. Yeah.
We need to see proof of that.
Okay. You got that on you, by chance? With it.
It's about 4 o'clock.
Date of June 6th, right?
That's our copy of these.
Thank you. Mr. Heald, what do you have to say?
Your Honor, we concur that the minimum required sentence is appropriate in this case.
And Your Honor, on the expired tags, Mr. Smith has, since got that taken care of now. So, on, I believe, with the B charge, he's remedied that situation.
What about the suspension?
6-month driver's license suspension, and that would go back to the date of the arrest, which was on June 6th of this year.
That's what it is for refusal, 6 months?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor, that's what we've agreed to.
Starting when?
June 6th.
So
He just has to reinstate.
Correct.
6 months. All right, here's what we have. 20 days in jail suspended. $375 fine. 6-month license suspension. Costs 30 hours community service, 2 years level 4 probation, did he attend the school?
He is not, Your Honor.
He has not?
He is not. He would be required to attend the school.
With the agreement of the state of Ohio and the defendant on the OVI, what is the plea?
No contest, Your Honor, but we'd stipulate to a finding.
Expired tax.
Same, Your Honor.
Finding of guilty, proceed to sentencing, $375 fine, 6-month license suspension dated back to 6/14/23. 20 days in jail, suspended, cost 30 hours community service, 2 years level 4 probation, dip school, and a review on June 14th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Anything else?
Yes, we got the B case.
Oh, the B case on expired tags. He has a valid, he has a license except for this, right? His license was valid.
Yes, Your Honor.
Expired tags, $10 fine, no cost. Since you got it taken care of, it's fixed. All right, thank you.
Get everything done by then? You don't even have to appear. If you don't have everything done.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
If you don't have everything done, then you'll have to show up and the court will typically.
State of Ohio versus William J. Wilford, case number TRC 23272, A, B, and C. William Wilford. Did not check in, Your Honor.
Your Honor, this was set today by the court after a suppression motion was filed upon and it was on the ruling. Mr. Wilburn works out on the riverboats, the barges, and I don't believe this was set at a time that he's not on the barge, so he couldn't appear here today. So I would request a brief continuance. He's appeared at every hearing to allow him to be in. And I believe he's in at the end of the month, around December 28th, or excuse me, 29th, Your Honor. And we anticipate that we have this case resolved.
Oh, you do?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Let's see here. Are you sure he's going to be here on 12/29?
I'm not 100% sure, Your Honor, because I didn't get to speak with him where he's out on the boat, but my recollection was that he was home at the end of the month.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Preliminary hearing continued to 12/29/23 at 10 o'clock. So he goes on long trips?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can call him though, right?
Yeah, I believe he has limited service while he's out. Typically, I usually hear from him when he gets back off the boat to make sure there hasn't been any changes. But based upon my last conversation with him, from my memory is he had said he was off the boat at the end of the month, from a little bit before Christmas through the end of the year.
Okay.
Where does he go? The South Pacific or something?
State of Ohio versus William T. Fields, case number TRC 23763, A and B. That is Mr. Holt's case, and I'm not sure that he is here.
James T. Holt representing the defendant, and the defendant is here, correct? Mr. Holt? Is that your name, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We're here on a pretrial, Mr. Holt.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
We're here on a pretrial.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Approach, Your Honor.
So did he run a stop sign?
Yeah.
And but did he run the stop sign? Are you saying you would have contested? Okay, well, if you don't think you can prove it, even though you do have probable cause for a stop.
Yes.
All right. We have a motion on behalf of the state.
And Your Honor, we are willing to amend to a reckless operation, and that is based upon the results of the lack thereof of the field sobriety testing. The one that is the most telling of impairment, according to the NHTSA standards, is the horizontal gaze nystagmus. And in this case, there were 2 of 6 clues, which would be less than would be an indication of impairment, or a weak indication of impairment anyway. We don't have other field sobriety tests. We don't have a chemical test. And so therefore, we feel that it's appropriate to treat this as a reckless operation. We'd make that motion.
And Mr. Fields would enter a plea of guilty to that amendment, to the amended charge.
I'm granting the motion to amend the reckless operation. What's the plea?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Stop sign?
We would plead guilty to that as well, Your Honor.
Proceed to sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor, please.
State recommendation?
Well, we wanted him to do the DIP school, and he's already done that. We take no position on a fine or any other sanctions.
Mr. Holt?
Your Honor, we would just ask for a reasonable fine. Mr. Fields has cooperated throughout this. He has no other record other than this.
And those are your pleas of guilty, correct?
Sir.
All right. On the reckless, $200 fine plus costs. Stop sign, $20 fine, no costs.
We want you to have a final review.
Well,
Your Honor, I think we might need to structure it differently. I think it's $150 max on the reckless, but if you wanted to go to 50, you could put that on the stop sign. Because it's a minor misdemeanor.
well,
So you could do 75 and 150 if you wanted. That was the amount we were going for.
Okay, 150 on the fine, 75 on the cost. I think you're wrong on that, but that's okay.
I may be.
We got it. The math works. Now,
Thank you, Your Honor.
how much time is he going to need to pay it?
Within a week, Your Honor.
A week?
Yes. He may have it today.
Let's treat it like a traffic case.
Yes.
Therefore, we don't need to come back for a review.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we'll give you until March 12th, 2024 to pay it. Now, does he need to sign something out there?
Yeah.
Okay. He'll need to go to the clerk's office.
What time was that? At 9 o'clock?
No hearing.
Okay.
That's his last payday, 3/12/24. So he needs to get it paid by that date.
I think we'll have it either today or within a week. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. No problem.
We're ready to go to the Lawrence County Jail. State of Ohio versus Brian J. Finley. Case number TRC 23153 A and B. And Glenn Gibson Jr. is on deck.
State your name, please. Thank you. You're in the Lawrence County Municipal Court on video arraignment. You have a right to remain silent. Any statement you do make may be used against you. You have a right to an attorney and a right to an appointed attorney if you cannot afford one. A right to a continuance to hire a lawyer. A right to bail. And though this is not a jury trial case, but the state must prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, you're here, you're in jail because you failed to appear for a review hearing on 9/22/23. Were you here at that date? I know you weren't, but I'm asking.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Judge Capper issued a bench warrant for failure to appear. Why weren't you here?
I was not working, Your Honor.
What did he say?
I'm a union lawyer. I was down in Georgia on the job, and I never got the letter at my house. My mailing address, my grandmother's address, and he never called me to tell me that I had a notice to come into court, so I never knew about it.
It should be, you should have gotten the notice when you signed up for probation. But
It wouldn't have been sent to you, would have been given the date when it's here.
the probation department would have given you a date, but that's all right. I'm going to go ahead and do this as a review. We'll find you in contempt. How long have you been in jail?
2 days.
2 days? 2 days?
Yes, sir.
Credit for time served. And I'm going to do this as a review now. You owe 30 hours community service and $1,005. So tell me about when you're going to do your community service.
Your Honor, I'm here on a couple other cases right now. Those may end up leading to rehab, so I won't be able to say anything until I know how those are going.
So what's going on exactly?
I was arrested on the warrant for the ferry trip here the other day, and I also got two or three possession charges in the process also, so I have to wait for those to come back before I know what I'll be doing with this case.
What court is that in?
It's Lawrence County.
Which court? Ironton or Chesapeake?
Ironton, yes.
So you're in front of Judge Waldo also?
Yes, sir.
Have you appeared in Judge Waldo's court?
Just my initial court hearing the day after my arrest.
All right. Did he, is he holding you in the jail?
Yes.
All right. We'll set this for January 26, 2024 at 9 a.m. for a review in this court, and we'll see what happened in Judge Waldo's court, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
The jailer should give you a notice of this hearing, January 26, 2024 at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Glenn Gibson Jr., case number CRB 10-1078 A and B, TRC 10-2432 A, B, and C. And Jeremy Kearns is on deck.
State your name, please.
State your name, sir. Hello? Can you hear us?
Yes, Your Honor. This is Glenn Gibson Jr., charged with assault from 11 years ago.
Yeah, I know all about it. Hold on just a second. All right. Your name is Glenn Gibson Jr., and you're in the Lawrence County Municipal Court by video arraignment. You have a right to remain silent. Any statement you do make may be used against you. You have a right to an attorney and a right to a court-appointed attorney if you cannot afford one. A right to a continuance to hire a lawyer, a right to bail, a right to a jury trial, and where the state must prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, I have let's see here. I may not have all your, well, I guess I do. You have OVI and assault, 2 assault cases.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Now, first of all, where have you been in the past 13 years?
I lived up in Lima, Ohio, and now I'm back down in Barbersville, West Virginia.
All right. Do you want a lawyer to represent you in this case?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what they are.
Okay. Are you employed?
I'm employed by A1 Towing.
Okay. How much did you make last week?
$678 take home.
He hasn't done anything since 2011.
$678
He's over there.
Your Honor, it looks like Steyer was his attorney.
Yeah. So you make $678 a week, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, well, you don't make enough money to get a court-appointed lawyer. I'm sorry, I said that wrong. You make too much money, way too much money to get a court-appointed lawyer. What I want to do in this case, are you telling me that you owe almost $1,500 and that you paid that? Plus, you have 30 hours of community service and you've done that? Is that right? Or you just forgot about it?
No, Your Honor, I did pay all that. I paid that with a check from Chase Bank, and I did the community hours. I did them at the own fire department. That was however many years back that was.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a brief recess and ask John and Josh to research that and see. Next case.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy J. Kearns, case number CRA 23-738, CRA 23-739, and Taylor Walker is on deck.
Your Honor, Mr. Kearns is in jail. He's been in jail for about a week. This is a possession charge, felony. It's actually set for a prelim today. The state has agreed to leave it here and actually has agreed to allow him to go to inpatient treatment at Bethesda.
Well, that was Sean Stratton on behalf of the defendant, and the defendant is here in the Lawrence County Jail participating by video teleconference. And
they have a bed today for him.
Excuse me?
They have a bed today. They have a bed today.
Great. Okay. Now,
Because everybody else is on the field trip, is why. They're on a field trip to McDermott today.
the Bethesda people?
Yeah, they're the ones that are going to the Christmas cave.
Well, the good news is Mr. Kearns is
Minford.
with us. All right, now.
You okay?
Let's see what the recommendation is from the state.
Well, we're willing to keep the felony possession charge here, provided that Mr. Kearns continues to waive time. We want him to be successful in treatment, and if he is successful in treatment, his case will never go to the grand jury, and he'll never face prison time. So we want him to be successful. We want to keep the case here, but he's going to have to succeed in his treatment. Now, the theft charge will need to be dealt with, and I don't know whether they're prepared to deal with that today. If he were to plead guilty to this, you know, our recommendation would be a suspended jail sentence and the requirement also that he complete treatment. So if he wants to clear that out today, that's fine. If he doesn't, then we'll go through the process on that charge.
We'll take care of that at our next pretrial or preliminary, Your Honor.
All right. He provide Mr. Stratton with a waiver of time.
Yes.
And we're going to continue the preliminary. For how long, Mr. Heald?
I would say no more than a couple weeks, Your Honor.
A couple of weeks?
Yes.
Okay.
Either the 26th or 29th, maybe?
December 29th.
Yep, that'll work.
2023 at 10 o'clock.
And we would want to have his bond amended only to be released to Bethesda. In other words, if it's going to be an OR bond, it would be because he's being released to Bethesda.
Bonds will be amended to only release to Bethesda. That'll be today, right, Mr. Stratton?
That's what I was told.
If they get back from their party. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Theft will be dealt with later.
Yes.
Thank you. Wait, let me do one thing while I have him here. Do you understand everything we're doing here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you agreeable to it?
Yes, I'm eager to get into rehab and get positive drafting.
Well, you've got a good attitude. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Taylor Walker, case number TRD 22676, A and B. David Woodyard Jr. is on deck.
State your name, please.
Taylor Walker, Your Honor.
You had a sentencing hearing on May 24th, 2022 at 4 o'clock. Why did you fail to appear at that?
Honestly, Your Honor, I just recently moved, so I could have had it mixed up. It wasn't on purpose, but I do have money to pay the fine and whatnot. I do apologize, Your Honor.
Did you ever get your driver's license?
No, I have not. I've been asking to do. I called and got whatever, everything I need to pay, and the restitution and whatnot.
I'm going to go ahead and do sentencing tonight, today, right here. On the DUS, find you guilty. On the seatbelt, find you guilty. Seatbelt, $30 fine. DUS, driving under suspension, $150 fine.
Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you been in jail?
I've been in jail since yesterday morning. I learned my lesson, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, on the failure to appear, finding in contempt, credit for time served.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay, is the jailer standing there?
Yes, jailer.
Okay. Taylor will be released today, finding in contempt, credit for 1 day served. DUS, finding of guilty, $150 fine, seatbelt, $30 fine. Now, where do you live now?
What did you say, sir?
Where do you live?
I live on I live on 105 Lee Street in South Point.
Okay.
Carolina.
When will you be able to pay the fine and costs?
I can pay some today.
All right. You have until March the 12th, 2024 to pay it. So when you're released, I want you to come to the clerk's office here in the Lawrence County Municipal Court and talk to them about how you're going to pay it, all right?
I understand.
They give you a final pay date.
Yeah, the final pay date is March 12th. But still, I want you to come here and...
I'll be there today.
All right, make part of your payment, and if you can pay it all, great. Get this thing behind you, all right? So you don't end up in jail.
Yes,
Okay?
sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ohio versus David Woodyard Jr., case number CRB 23754. And Glenn Gibson is on deck.
Glenn Gibson. State your name, please.
David, would you like?
Okay. Do you have a copy of your complaint?
No.
All right. Ask the jailer to give you a copy of the complaint. Fax machine working there?
Yes.
Okay.
You have it in front of you?
Yes.
Good. Okay, I'm going to go over your case with you right now, your rights. You're in the Lawrence County Municipal Court pursuant to a video arraignment. You have a right to remain silent. Any statement you say may be used against you. You have a right to an attorney and one court appointed if you cannot afford one. You have a right to a continuance to hire a lawyer, a right to bail, a right to a jury trial where the state must prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. Now, you just told me that you have that complaint in front of you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. It's charged that Deputy Shannon Orsman has filed an affidavit, a copy of which is attached here too, stating that David Woodyard II of Rome Township, Lawrence County, Ohio, on December 12, 2023, did knowingly cause or attempt to cause physical harm to David Woodyard Sr., a family or household member, in violation of Section 291925A of the Ohio Revised Code, domestic violence misdemeanor of the first degree. Said act occurred in Lawrence County, Ohio, as contrary to Ohio Revised Code 291925A, domestic violence misdemeanor of the first degree. You understand the charges I just went over with just now?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Do you understand the rights that I gave you?
Yes.
So misdemeanor of the first degree, possible consequences are $1,000 fine, 6 months in jail. Do you have any questions?
No, yes, sir.
I'm going to ask you at this time to enter a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest to the charge of domestic violence. You understand the difference?
Yeah, not guilty.
Okay. Do you want a lawyer to represent you?
Yes, sir.
Are you employed?
No,
Do you have any source of income?
not this time.
I'm appointing Attorney Warren N. Norford Jr. to represent you, and he's sitting here in the courtroom and he has been listening to this, and he understands that you've been charged with domestic violence and misdemeanor of the first degree. Now, the first thing we need to do, Mr. Morford, is talk about bond. Let's see what the state has to say about bond.
Your Honor, I'm checking right now. It seems as if we have seen Mr. Woodyard in the past.
You have.
And
You have, Bill.
I think that under the circumstances, first of all, we do want a protection order. And second of all, as far as what the bond should be, we're going to be asking for a cash or surety bond, probably. My question is, does it need to be accompanied by anything else?
Mr. Morford, you want time to speak to your client privately?
Not until Mr. Hill makes his recommendation, Judge, and then I'll take up on that if I may.
Let's see what Mr. Hill says.
Well, what we would like to do, Your Honor, is set a $5,000 cash or surety bond, but have Mr. Morford talk to his client about, I don't know whether substance abuse might be an issue here that we could maybe take into consideration as far as what should happen at this time.
All right. You want to?
Please.
Okay. Well, we need to bring this on. You're going to get signed? Okay. Is that the only place? Okay, Mr. Morford, here's the file. You now have custody of that.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, this goes with it. Thank you.
State of Ohio recalls Glenn Gibson Jr. at the Knox County Jail, and David Woodyard will be on that.
All right, I have John Major and Josh Cooper is here, and Glenn Gibson is back on the video. And Mr. Major, Glenn is alleging that he's paid all of his fines and he's done all of his community service.
We do not have record of that, Your Honor. As far as money, we show that he paid 12/6/2010 $25, 7/11/11 $300. He was sentenced in the OBI case to a $1,000 fine. On the A case, $150 on the B case. So that right there is more than what he's paid. We'd have no record of any other payments. He was also, as far as community service, we have a record of 30 hours of community service done here at the court and at the Chesapeake Community Center for 30 hours. He was ordered on the OBI case to 90 hours of community service on the OBI. On the A case, 60 hours of community service on the B case just for the OBI.
Okay, how much does he owe in community service?
On the top of my head, I did not get that, Your Honor, but it's looking like there's 150 on the OBI that he owes, still owes.
150
hours of community service on the OBI and 60 hours of community service on the criminal case, the A case. And he's only done 30 hours of that. That's what it was applied to, was the criminal A case.
So we're down to 30 on that one, right?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
So it's 150 plus 30.
30 hours, that's right.
So a total of $180.
That is what my calculation told me.
And
hours of community service.
Tell me about the fines and costs again. give me a total.
Oh, I don't have a total, Your Honor. There should, the one in the file, there should be the,
Here.
$1,875. Well, it appears to me, Your Honor. $1,875. And he's paid $325 on it. That should be already in that total of what he paid.
Oh, so the 1875 is the balance?
Is the balance, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Gibson, I hope you could hear what John was saying, but he says you owe 180 hours of community service and $1,875 in fines and costs. Now, do you dispute that?
Yes, Your Honor, and the only way I can check it is I'd have to go get a hold of the bank and go back and get the bank records. That's, like you said, that was what, 13 years ago?
Okay. How much jail time does he have suspended?
On the OVI, the A case was 17 days suspended. The B case was 15 days suspended. On the criminal case, A case, there was 90 days suspended. And on the B case, there was 90 days suspended. And with giving him credit for what time I know of, leaves him 210 days of jail time suspended.
I come up with 212.
He had, yes, but he had 2 days of jail time that he was given back in 2011 that I credited him for.
Well, I hear two totally different stories. I hear our probation department saying that he hasn't paid $1,875, and I hear the community service department saying that he owes 180 hours, and I also hear from the probation department that he owes 212 days.
210 days, Your Honor.
213?
210.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Is what the balance is.
210. So, I've had so many cases today, I don't remember if I asked you, are you employed? Do you work?
Yes, Your Honor, I work at A1 towing.
And how much do you make?
I take home $678
Right,
a
yeah,
week.
I remember that totals 35,000 or something like that. Okay, you make too much for a court-appointed lawyer. And where do you live now?
Over in Barbersville.
Okay. Well, if John is wrong, it'll be the first time I've ever seen this on a massive scale like this. Now, John may have been wrong on a day or a few dollars, but not on 210 days of jail time, 1875 on fines and costs that you say you paid, and 180 hours community service that Josh says you haven't done. And Josh, would know you like a brother if you had done 180 hours, because you'd be his best friend. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to...
Your Honor, he had me, I did those over in West Virginia and mailed them in to him.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that the mail department had a problem or anything, but being in jail, I can't find anything out, I can't do anything, so.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just at the mercy of the court right here, right now.
Well, I'm going to give you some time. Today's the 15th. I'm going to give you till December 18th, that's Monday. You need to get a hold of somebody and have them round up this evidence December 18th at 10 o'clock.
Your Honor, not to interrupt you, but I'm single by myself and I have nobody that can round that up, nobody.
Okay, here's what John has already told me what he would offer you, and you're not going to like it. He would offer to clear the case out if you spend 210 days in jail.
That's correct, and that'd be the recommendation of the probation department.
So,
Your Honor, I did that.
You've been going, listen to me a minute. You said you didn't want to interrupt, so please don't.
All right.
You've been going for 13 years, and we haven't seen you in 13 years. Now, if what you're saying is true, it would be the biggest mistake the probation department's ever made. And before you get 270 days in jail, I want Judge Capper to make that decision.
Okay.
So, I'm setting it for 12/18/23 at 10 o'clock in the morning, and that's next Monday. And Judge Capper will decide how to deal with your situation when you basically, the record says you've ignored us for 13 years. So, your best shot in this is Judge Donald R. Capper. Yes.
So, Your Honor, you're keeping me in jail?
Yes. Basically, I don't believe you.
State of Ohio versus David Woodyard Jr.
All right.
It's a serious charge, so I'm still going to pursue the charge. He's got 3 days in jail credit already.
Mr. Morford.
Your Honor, I've had a chance to speak with Mr. Woodyard. We've asked you to set a bond, OR bond, permit him to go to treatment, inpatient treatment at TCC. He says he has a bed already arranged there, and if he's not living there when he gets out, he does have a place to stay other than with his father, the complainant.
All right, hold on just a second. Now, are you listening to this? All right. Very important. It's complicated. Now, I saw you talking to Mr. Heald.
Yes.
Is he agreeable?
I believe he is, yes.
With a GPS monitor. But now, we still take the case very seriously.
I know you do.
We intend to pursue it, but if he's willing to go to treatment, that could definitely go in his favor. We'd want a GPS monitor.
Is that really necessary if he's an inpatient? TCC would notify, I'm sure the probation department would be left.
Give me the full name of the facility.
The counseling center, probably Inc.
There's nobody here from the counseling center today.
I'll get in touch with him, or my office will, and let them know he's available if the court would
All right.
set the bond accordingly.
He'll be set $10,000 OR bond released to the counseling center only. Now, what else? Protection order, protective order.
Did you say Bethesda, Judge?
Counseling center.
Okay, I thought you said Bethesda. Counseling center is where we want to go.
Right, the counseling center. Protective order.
We're also requesting a GPS monitor.
Can we get one?
I would have to call Jeff, Your Honor.
If not, they'll get one fine.
Okay, GPS monitor. And the next hearing would be a pretrial. Mr. Heald, when do you want the pretrial?
Probably pretty soon.
How many weeks?
One.
Okay, that would be
The judge doesn't want anything set on the 22nd. So we can either do the 11th or the 18th or...
I can do 12/26. How about 12/26?
It's okay with us.
That's good, Judge.
And 2023 at 10 o'clock and so he'll be released on an OR bond to the counseling center only. Protection order, GPS monitor, pretrial 12/26/23 at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. We'll take a brief recess.
Yeah, this is going to be very fast, you know, so make sure you get back here in the courtroom. We're finished at the Rock County Jail.
Yes, long days.
Long days.
Yeah.